I always say if you name a country, I'll tell you a story, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm Sal Lavallo, and I've been to every country in the world. Botswana, 1,000 elephants. Canada, they sorry a lot. Uruguay, crashed a moped. Netherlands, New Year's Eve, lots and lots of firecrackers. Djibouti, I kept asking people what we can do, and everyone said there's nothing to do. Hungary, Britney Spears concert in Budapest. Brunei, the immigration officer drove me to my hotel. Uganda, I've never seen worse traffic. South Korea, bathhouses and barbecue. Swaziland, they have a part called Umlilwan, which I thought would be funny to pronounce like Lil Wayne. Kyrgyzstan, stayed in a yurt. Poland, I crossed the borders by bicycle. Bhutan, they believe in dragons. I had a mouse follow me in Solomon Islands. Tajikistan, mountains, horseback riding, lakes. Malta was my finale. They threw a big party, they had balloons. Morocco, my airport taxi didn't show up, so they gave me their stretch limo. Sweden, cold. And Samoa, these huge decks in front of their houses, and I want one of those. Gabon is a lot wealthier than people think. Kuwait, friendly. Liberia, they eat a lot of bushmeat in Liberia, so you never know what that might be. Libya, there's actually a lot of normal life that happens. Yemen was my 192nd country. There's a lot of natural beauty. Lebanon's the best party place. Norway, it can be very cold, very expensive. France, you can just walk around for hours and see so much beauty. I did a race in Jordan where we ran from the Dead Sea all the way to the Red Sea. It's like 180 kilometers. Iraq, right next door. I went to Iraqi Kurdistan. I loved it so much that I extended my 6 days to be 10 days. Lesotho, we had this huge barbecue. There's like kilos and kilos of meat. Guyana, there's nobody at the border. We just crossed in. Vietnam, I went to like the night market. They have all these amazing different types of fruit. Guinea, I ended up spending a week in Nzerikure. I was the only foreigner that they had seen who wasn't working with the World Health Organization. Micronesia, I got bit by a dog, so that wasn't very fun. Paraguay, surprised at how amazing Asuncion was. Papua New Guinea, I ate betel nut, kind of like chewing tobacco. I do not recommend it. Ecuador, we spent most of our time in Quito, highest capital in the world. Bahamas, spring break 2010. Maldives, beautiful romantic time. Mali, I met this awesome artist who takes like car parts and he builds statues. Comoros, just spent the weekend kind of relaxing. Benin, which I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I just did this amazing walk. Azerbaijan, I did like a bougie trip and I just like went caviar tasting. I got like pomegranate seeds. Colombia, definitely a lot more than football, but football is also great. Equatorial Guinea, I wanted to go on this own tour on my own, but when I told the hotel that, they like walked me around the entire town. Fiji, stayed with a local family, fed me all these great Fijian stews. Panama, after New York and Chicago, it has the third most skyscrapers in the Western Hemisphere. Montenegro, I went to Kotor, which is this beautiful city in the Balkans that people haven't really heard of. Nigeria, very diverse. Lagos has lots of fun art and music and fashion. New Zealand, the most naturally beautiful place in the world. Austria, spent New Year's Eve 2013 in Austria, and in Vienna at midnight they play a waltz over the loud system and everybody just starts waltzing with strangers. Switzerland, very expensive but beautiful. Mexico, we went on this project to study marine biology. Liechtenstein, they have black license plates, so it all looks really cool, all the cars. Marshall Islands, I spent last Christmas on Marshall Island eating a tuna sashimi. Vanuatu, they have volcanoes in Vanuatu, which are really exciting. Lithuania, I was only there for 2 days, but I really thought that it'd be a perfect place to get an Airbnb for a week or two and kind of explore. Ethiopia, by sea healthy food. I loved Ghana, spent 10 days up in Kumasi in the north. Germany, Berlin is the best city in Europe. I had a romantic weekend in Greece. I told the hotel that it was our honeymoon. I think Grenada's the most beautiful island in the Caribbean. China, so organized, very clean. Philippines, I only went to Manila, crazy huge city, but I really want to go see some more of the islands. Estonia, all of the pleasures of Europe are in the small country. Angola, meeting up with friends and having dinners and reconnecting with everyone. Suriname, I was there for New Year's Eve 2016. They do lots of firecrackers. It was very, very loud, and I think it lasted till 5 a.m. Cabo Verde has an island named after me, Sal Island, so Sal. Dominican Republic, we went to a kite surfing beach and we stayed in these local huts. Cyprus, dynamic culture between Greek and Turkish. I went to a football match in Guinea-Bissau and they won for the first time in 8 years. Mongolia, lunar landscape. Madagascar, lemurs. Laos, 4,000 islands. Omoa, Honduras, best sunset I've ever seen in my entire life. Monaco, small and fancy. El Salvador, best food in Central America. Niger, I saw the president at the airport.
Cave diving.
Brazil, there's so much to see. Nicaragua, we hiked up a volcano. Belize, they have a really interesting indigenous community in the south.
Rwanda, 1,000 hills and important history.
Zambia, it's a huge copper producing country. Iran, such good food. Croatia, I fell asleep on a bus. When I woke up, I only saw clouds out because we were in a mountain and I thought I was in heaven. Costa Rica, ziplining. Congo, Brazzaville, gorgeous infrastructure. Czech Republic, Prague I think is an underrated city. Bolivia, really want to go back and see the salt flats. Portugal, the Azores, it's like Portuguese culture with Irish landscapes. Australia, wild kangaroos. Armenia, completely covered in snow when I was there, so it was like a winter wonderland. Argentina, they eat a lot of food, a lot of asado. Syria, one of my favorite recent trips. India, it is a crazy, hectic place. Eritrea, former Italian colony. Iceland, to the Blue Lagoon, the Northern Lights. Cote d'Ivoire, they have really good like fish stews. Sudan, I had trouble at the border, but then I was helped by a lot of people. They bought me my bus tickets. Georgia, the best food in the former Soviet Republic. Gambia, the best parties in Africa. Italy, recently went to Sicily and Calabria. Israel, learned a lot about so many different cultures and religions. Kiribati, they can make 1,000 different things out of coconut and they all taste great. Antigua and Barbuda, it was a great trip, lots of good music. The oldest forests in Europe, in Belarus. Chile, Santiago, South America's most developed city. I loved Chad. I ate the best camel I've ever had. I love camel and the best is in Chad. Cuba, I think everybody should go and experience the place that's so close to us but so far away. Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean. Ireland, lots of fun dancing. Japan, first country I visited was Japan. Guatemala, I loved the roadside markets, bought a lot of food. Mauritius, so much to see in such a small place. Algeria, one of my recent most favorite countries. I got delayed and had to stay there for a month. So happy I did. Afghanistan, the best food maybe in the world. Andorra, you can go skiing in the winter, but I went in the summer. Egypt, we often saw the pyramids. It was weird to just suddenly see them all the time. Kenya, Nairobi, I think is the best city in all of Africa. Sierra Leone, I think, has the best food in West Africa. Seychelles is this like fun African island in the Indian Ocean. Sao Tome and Principe, I spent a week on Sao Tome relaxing in a bigger Central Africa trip. Macedonia, they say they have more statues than any other city. Venezuela, I was in Venezuela for 6 weeks with the Trail of Seeds, the NGO I used to run, with the indigenous population in the south. Somalia, they have the oldest cave paintings in Africa. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I went on this long walk to get to the mountain to see the sunrise, definitely worth it. In Nepal, my Nepali friend took me to see the Kumari, which is a living goddess that they believe in. No, it's a woman, like a child who's God to them. Yeah. The Kumari. I've been to South Africa a lot. Johannesburg and Cape Town are two amazing cities. Mauritania, I was hosted by this awesome guy. He gave me a camel barbecue. I took a ferry to Finland. Cameroon, they have really good contemporary art. Cambodia, one of the most important places in the world. America, USA. Lovely country. Zimbabwe, Harare is a great city to walk around, lots of jacaranda trees. Bangladesh, so much life. Luxembourg, cute little city in Europe. Barbados, lots of beaches. Bahrain has this awesome history. They have a great museum. So Nauru only takes 30 minutes to go around the whole island. And Haiti, there's so much life and energy. San Marino, small little country inside of Italy. Saudi Arabia, lots is happening right now, Saudi Arabia, so keep watching it. Mozambique, best chicken I've ever had in my life. Myanmar, I was in Bagan during the earthquake last year. It was a big earthquake and all the temples that we had just visited were now crooked and some were destroyed a little bit. Thailand, so much fun stuff to do. Qatar, there's lots of art museums. Peru, Machu Picchu, of course. When I arrived in Burundi, I was shocked at how beautiful it was. I love Jamaica. The United Kingdom, I really love London. It's actually where I'm trying to move to now. Trinidad and Tobago, my favorite place in the Caribbean, the best dancing. Togo, I met another American who was studying there. Palau, scuba diving. South Sudan, newest country in the world, 2011. Turkmenistan, this huge man-made gas crater that's been burning for 70 years. Moldova, very cold. Democratic Republic of the Congo, I climbed the volcano, I hung out with the gorillas. I definitely want to go back. Albania, I had a goat head for dinner. That was delicious. Serbia, Belgrade's one of the most underrated European cities. Pakistan, such a dynamic and diverse country. Senegal, Lac Rosé is Pink Lake. Ukraine, maybe not legally, climbed to the top of one of the churches. Bulgaria, snowboarding. Been to Russia 3 times. The first time was really affordable, surprisingly, because the ruble crashed in half. Slovenia. Ljubljana is just this small but quaint city. It has a river running through it with restaurants all along it. Oman, the Royal Omani Police saved me, gave me a place to sleep, gave me food, gave me tea, and when I said thank you, they said it's just our job. Slovakia, dinners full of meat. Singapore, it's a very peaceful, clean, organized city. Romania, amazing, snowball fights, sled rides. St. Kitts and Nevis. I did a project with my NGO, Trail of Seeds, in St. Kitts. We stayed for like 2 weeks working with Rastafarian farmers, female farmers. St. Lucia, I had the best view while in the Caribbean, in St. Lucia, just of the blue ocean. Bosnia and Herzegovina, my boarding school has another school there, so I hung out there and met all the students. Belgium, I was in Ghent, underrated, gorgeous city. The UAE, my home, my favorite country in the world. I've spent a lot of time in Spain. I think the food is amazing, the dancing is fun, the people are always smiling. Tuvalu, this was country like 188, also one of the smallest, 10,000 people. I love Timor-Leste, cannot recommend Timor-Leste more. Namibia, I stayed with a friend in Namibia. He has like 30 brothers and sisters, so it was this like full house. Latvia, I hadn't been to Europe in like 2 years, and so it was so exciting and just feel kind of like that European vibe. Burkina Faso, I got stuck, and this random Peace Corps volunteer helped me, and he had no Facebook and no email, so whoever you are, thank you. Sri Lanka, you can do a beach trip, you can go to the tea plantations, you can learn all about the history in Kandy. I own a small farm in Tanzania, I go every year. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur is a crazy city. Malawi, took a bus from literally the exact south all the way up to the north. Tunisia, I love Carthage. I think it's one of like the better historical sites. Turkey, some of the most incredible architecture in the world. Denmark, very clean, very organized. People are very happy. North Korea, I connected with my guides in like a really intimate level. Just like everywhere around the world, these people are human. They eat, they sleep, they love. Uzbekistan, so much history in Uzbekistan. Kazakhstan has the second biggest canyon after the Grand Canyon. Central African Republic, another war-torn country where the people are really gracious hosts. Indonesia, I think I need to go back, see Jakarta. Why I wanted to travel around the world is that I'm really interested in learning about economic development and identity, and so I want to see different cultures, see different economies, see different countries, and really understand the different ways that they work and that they function or don't function. And so I was traveling a lot for my research and for work. Personally, I just thought it would be fun to go see new places, so on the weekends I would travel as well. As the numbers started going up, I thought more and more about, oh, maybe in my lifetime I'll go to all of them. And then in December 2016, I said, you know what, I only have like 30 left. Let's take off another year, 2017, and let's get to the rest of them. That's what I did, and I learned in every single country, good stories and nice experiences in each of them. For me, travel is really about learning. It's about meeting new people, seeing new things, and really opening your mind to the world.